Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Franchise Hockey Manager 8 with the Buffalo Sabres. This is episode 8, I believe, 8 or 9. It is January 1st. We're 19-10-3. We made a couple of deals in the last episode where we picked up a couple of forwards. We got James Van Riemsdyk from the Flyers and Jonathan Toews from the Chicago Blackhawks while we wait on Casey Mittelstadt to come back from injury. Now, one of my viewers, Rit Flyers, asked me about the Philadelphia Flyers because I made a comment in one of the last episode about how the Flyers had both Torrey Krug and Patrick Kane, as an alarm is going off on my phone. And he wanted to see how they were acquired by the club, so we will look at that. So we'll start with Patrick Kane. He was picked up by Philadelphia in exchange for, back on September 17th, so in the off-season, picked him up for Bobby Brink, who is a 1.5-star, 4-star potential 21-year-old. I don't have any information on his offensive ratings. He's got some decent roles, and I haven't scouted him, so I don't know much about him. But we will, let's shortlist him, and we'll keep an eye on him, and we'll see how he goes. So Bobby Brink for Patrick Kane, and then the other one was Torrey Krug. He was picked up, this season it looks like, from St. Louis in exchange for Alexei Kolosov, a goaltender who was drafted in the third round of the 2021 draft. So, yeah, there you go. So a goaltender prospect traded for Torrey Krug, and then a 4-star college skater in exchange for Patrick Kane. So there you go, Rit. Hope that works for you. I think we're going to handle this episode like we handled last episode, which is I'm going to sim through a couple of weeks here offline. If we look at our schedule, February, we've got the All-Star game break here. Trade deadline is probably right around here, I would imagine. So I think what we'll do is I'll sim a few weeks ahead like I normally do. I'll come back maybe around here. And then we'll go day by day like we normally do. So I'll sim 3 weeks. We'll come back on the 22nd, and then that will let us, if we suffer any more injuries or something like that, we'll have a better idea of what we want to do going into the deadline. So I think that's all we needed to look at. Yeah, we looked at stats at the end of last episode. So if you're watching these back to back to back, this would be just a couple minutes later. So I don't want to do that to you again. So I'll come back in a few weeks. We'll, kind of see how things are looking at that point, and then figure out what we want to do leading up to this year's trade deadline. So I'll be right back. All right, we're back. I went a little bit further than I said I would, and maybe given what happened to our roster, I probably shouldn't have. We suffered a crap ton of injuries. You can see we're without Clefbaum and Dahlin. They're both day-to-day right now. We're without Okposo, who was put into the lineup when James Van Riemsdyk went down with an injury. So we're still without Van Riemsdyk for another 1 to 2 weeks. We get Mittelstadt back in 3 to 4 weeks, so that's a good thing, or 3 to 4 months. So it'll be a few weeks before we're completely healthy, but we had to call up. We're running with Casey Fitzgerald and Aksari Laaksonen right now in our on our D pairing. So if we suffer another offensive injury, we'll just dip into the talent pool of young offensive players. How's Power doing down there? 11 points in 30 games. He has a 69 game average. That's nice. Samuelson's up to 1.5 stars, which is good. Kozak has got 26 points in 37 games with a 65 game rating. Paterka, 72 game rating, 33 points in 39 games. So, So we've got some players who are coming along nicely down there. But, I guess, before we get into going forward, we'll kind of take a look at where. So we're still in third place. Toronto's gotten closer to us, and then we've pulled away. Then they've kind of come back, and we pulled away again. But we're still in third place, still behind Florida and Boston. 2 games in hand on the Bruins, but we're 10 games behind them. 2 points behind Florida with 3 games in hand, so that makes me feel pretty good. If we can continue to play at the rate that we are playing. Luukkonen is still having a great season. He's got to be in line for Rookie of the Year. 23, 10, and 2 with a 2.38 goals against and a 920 save percentage for Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. Yeah, I guess we can look at the stats here really quickly. So Dylan Cousins still leads us in scoring 38 points in 44 games. Eichel's over a point a game. So by the end of the season, Eichel will lead us in scoring, I'm sure. 31 points in 27 games. Klingberg's having a nice year. His rating is, it's only a 68 rating, and he's a -2. But, 32 points in 44 games from one of our top 2 defensive players. I'll take it. Studnicka, 26 points in 44 games as a waiver wire claim. Sign me up. Kubalik is having a nice year. Taves got 12 points in 18 games for us, including 8 goals, so he's been fine. Shaw with another good season. Dahlin's had a bad year, man. Look at that. 16 points in 41 games, a 62 game rating. So, unfortunately, it looks like Dahlin is kind of taking a step backwards this year, but, we'll see how it goes. Obviously not going to trade him. Luukkonen, we talked about. Lankinen, 3-5-2 with a 3. He's been just awful. 3.29, 884 save percentage. So it's the 24th. I think the plan is to get up to February 1st, and then we will think about what we're going to do. I think number one is we lose to Vegas 4-2. Number one, we need another defenseman. I think we need a 7th defenseman that isn't Owen Power. We can call Owen Power up, but I'm not super comfortable throwing him into things here, towards the end of the season or into the playoffs. So we may have to go back and take a look and see if there's another defenseman. We'll see if there are any cheap forwards out there, and we will figure it out. So Dahlin and Klefbom can both be dressed, so that is huge. So Dahlin will come in for Fitzgerald, and we're going to have to redo the lines because I had to move some stuff around. So Dahlin for Fitzgerald and Klefbom for Laaksonen. Yeah, you can see he's got Dahlin on the third line. Excuse me. So we're going to go with that. Dahlin, Klingberg, Klefbom, Jokiharju, Bryson, and Goligoski. I don't want Gergensons on the top. Olofsson, Kubalik, Fisher, Asplund. I guess we can stick Asplund out there for now. We could always just go with 2 defensemen like a normal person does, but all right, so we got a game against Dallas today. So we'll get to the end of January and then reevaluate, figure out what we need from a trade perspective. There we go, a 6-1 win. That is a big one. Shaw with a goal and 2 assists. Studnicka with a goal and 2 assists. Asplund with a couple of goals. We were down 1-0 after 1. Shaw tied it in the second. And then 5 third-period goals. Asplund, Jokiharju, Asplund again, Studnicka, and Eichel. Luukkonen stops 30 of 31. All right, so we're tied with Florida now. We got the defending champion Winnipeg Jets coming up, who are scuffling this year. 21, 21, and 6. Frederick Karlstrom, I don't want him. Okposo, it's safe to dress him. Do I want to put him back in there? No, we'll leave Gergensons, I guess, for now. It doesn't really matter. Neither of them are particularly good. Can we pull him off? I can. All right, is he ready to go? No, he's not, but that's fine. I'll send Fitzgerald. I got to put him on waivers. Can I send either of these guys down without putting them on waivers? Yes. All right, so we'll send Laaksonen down. So we got Van Riemsdyk ready to go. Hopefully he's back sooner rather than later. And this game ends up in a 3-2 win. So we're 28, 16, and 3. We got an assist. So Jonathan Taves, the number 1 star. Bryson with a goal. So we get goals from Bryson, Olofsson, and Shaw unassisted in the third. Lankinen stops 30 of 30. Just probably his best game of the year, stopping 30 of 32 to pick up the win. Look at Detroit, guys. 8-34-5 for the Detroit Red Wings, while the Vegas Golden Knights are 48-2. That's pretty good. So I think the trade deadline is like the 24th, somewhere right in there. That's usually where it is. I guess I can just look here. 24th, yeah. All right, so we got a game against Colorado. Finish up January. Three 3-2 loss. That was in regulation, right? Yeah, 3-2 loss in regulation. Eichel and Bryson score for us. All right, let's sim ahead. So 28-17-3. I just want to. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, whether you. I just don't want to battle for. Look at who's leading the National League in goals against, or the National Hockey League in goals against. I just don't want to be battling with teams from the other division for that wild card spot. I just like to finish in the top 3, get that playoff spot, and call it a day. That's the hope there. All right, so Patrick Kane, Philadelphia Flyers winger Patrick Kane wins the Player of the Month in January, and Ilya Samsonov wins the Goalie of the Month. Development report: Dahlin better, Eichel better, Fisher better, Luukkonen better, Ruotsalainen better, Shaw better, Studnicka better, Luke Mittelstadt, Brett Murray, Eric Portillo continuing to get better. I'm looking for what's his name, Ryan Johnson. There he is. Our fight. He'll be up next year as well. Might not be on the team, but we are absolutely going to sign him when this year is over. Brett Murray is up to 2-star, 2.5, but he's 24. Ivanov was our other goalie that I didn't mean to pick, but I picked him. But he's a 3.5-star goalie, so I can't be too upset about that. Klingberg gets a little worse, which is a little concerning. Okposo and Skinner both get worse, and Taves get worse. As long as Taves can hang on through the end of the year, I'll be fine with it. Okposo will be gone at the end of the year, and we're stuck with Skinner whether we want to or not. Because I don't even think I can. I can't shop him because he has a no trade clause, so he's on the block. Hopefully, we get an offer from a team he's willing to go to. Van Riemsdyk ready for practice, still not placed back in the lineup. All right, so it's February 1st, and what do we need? Again, I think we need another defenseman. I'd like to bring in a veteran 7th defenseman. Fitzgerald is what he is. He's 25, but I'd like to bring in somebody better that is on a 1-year deal. Maybe that we can, if we can get a top 6 and that moves, someone like, Goligoski to the bench and Goligoski becomes our 7th defenseman. I mean, I'd be okay with that too. Forward wise, we'll see what's out there, but with Van Riemsdyk coming back, I think we're pretty set there. We'll see what's available. But I think we're okay. So the first thing we're going to look at is defenseman, and then maybe goalie, maybe a goalie, maybe, since our goalie has been terrible. John Carlson is available. There's still not a whole lot here. Maybe we're just not close enough to the deadline yet. Kuznetsov is still on there, 3 years left. Riley Walsh, no. Max Domi. I mean, I wouldn't mind picking up a John Carlson, but I can't afford him. So, I can afford him, but I don't want to have to pay him starting. Oh, he's got 4 years left. What's that contract look like? $6 million cap hit. I mean, I could afford it. It would limit what we could do in free agency, but I don't really care about that. Could we afford it this year, though? I guess that's the question. Finances. Balance. Yeah, I mean, we could afford it. And I got to set all this stuff. So let's raise. Oh, that's the annual budget stuff. I got to look at this. Let's raise team morale. Let's increase that. We've got the points to do it. All right, so maybe we make a run at John Carlson. I mean, do we really need another? I would rather somebody who was elite defensively rather than someone who's really good offensively. And I also don't really want to be paying John Carlson until he's 37 years old. But I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if it's reasonable without having to give up any of our. Again, I'm not giving up. Oh God, Poltipov got good. Holy cow! I mean, he's still a ways away, but holy cow, man. Yeah, I'm not giving up Poltipov for Johnson or Portillo or Nemestikov or Ivanov or Saganuk or Kisakov. It's going to start with the 2.5 3-star players. Yeah, like they see that, like the needle's not even moving. Yeah, that's fine. That is fine. But defense, I think, is where we're gonna go. So right now, there's nobody there other than Carlson. I got Shattenkirk on there. Meh. He's not really that much better than what we're throwing out there right now. And he's making a lot of money, right? What's he making? What's Shattenkirk making? Well, he's not making a lot, but, I mean, do I really want to pay Shattenkirk $3 million for the rest of the year or whatever it's going to be? With his 62 game rating and 60, yeah, we'll pass on Shattenkirk. So let's just go ahead and sim ahead a few more days. We'll keep an eye on the trade deadline, or keep an eye on the trade block, because as we get closer, it will start to add additional players. So we went 5-2. Kubalik with a goal and assist. Goligoski a couple of assists. Yoki Haru with a couple of goals. Olofsson, so we're up 2-1 after 2. Eichel scored. They'd get within 3-2, and then Kubalik and Yoki Haru again. Lankinen with another solid game, stopping 21 out of 23. And, okay, I don't think he's actually hurt. Yeah, he's just day-to-day. With a bruised knee. He gets hurt a ton, man. Like, I certainly have no intention of trading Eichel at this point, but given how much he gets hurt, it wouldn't be crazy to see what options are available for a Jack Eichel in the offseason or something. If we can get somebody, just put a name out. We get like Nathan McKinnon or, something like that for Jack Eichel, you got to consider it, right? You got to consider it. McKinnon, someone who stays healthy, scores a ton of goals. So yeah. So we are now in second place. All right, so we're up to Saturday the 4th. All-Star games. So Connor McDavid, captain of Team Blue, does not take any Buffalo Sabres, so he can go pound sand. Victor Olofsson, captain of Team Red, let's go, has drafted Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen as his goalie. Victor Olofsson making the All-Star game. You'll like to see that. Team Blue wins the skills competition. Did we win anything? We didn't. Zach Werenski. Wow, Team Blue smoked Team Red. All right, let's, okay. Timu Turunen. No, I'm good without him. It's going to go to waivers. Yeah, I'm not interested in him. So now it should just sim ahead for the next week because we have the All-Star break here, so it will just sim until my next game. And then we'll go back and we will pause and we will look at the trade block again. Van Riemsdyk primed to return. That's important. We can take Gergensons out, replace him with Van Riemsdyk. Let's go back into the lineup. There's Reamer on the second line. Power play, he should still be out there. Yeah, I need to get Van Riemsdyk back out here on the top power play unit. Yep. Yeah. So Van Riemsdyk, 12 points in 18 games. What does he want to come back? Yeah, $5 million for 3 years. I'm not prepared to do that. Not prepared to do that. Not when we've got $9 million in Jeff Skinner. This is going to kill me, man. This contract is going to kill me. We do get Okposo gone next year. Taves will be gone. Goligoski will be gone. Clefbaum. Oof, that's a lot of money. So, yeah, again, we're going to look different next year. We'll be bringing in some young players again. Power will be up. Johnson might be up. Some of our young forward talent might be up. and we'll sort of piece things together in free agency like we did this year, right? We didn't spend a ton of money in free agents. We found a couple of players that would be good for us and then plugged them in. So that's the plan. So let's get to the next game. Yeah, we'll get up to our next game. We'll look to trade block again. Sim ahead a few days. So a good start to this series. I think last year we were surprisingly successful. I didn't think the Sabres were going to be this good. That's part of the reason I picked them. I figured it would be a challenge to rebuild them. But they were better than I thought. So yeah. So Team Blue beat Team Red. Olofsson played 13 minutes. Pekka Luukkonen gave up 6 goals on 34 shots. Dylan Larkin signs a fractured eye socket. Must have got hit with a puck. A contract worth $7 million a year for 7 years. So that is that's a good deal for a Dylan Larkin. Absolutely. 7 years, $49 million for a 26-year-old. I mean, he's now going to be a Red Wing for life, potentially. Let's get up to the next game. And we shall pause. Luukkonen having such a good year as a rookie. 2nd in goals against, 5th in wins. He's in the top 10 or 12 or something in save percentage. All right, let's get back to the trade block. Has it filled out at all? No. Really? Okay. It's a bit of a surprise. Maybe we're just not that close. Let's go ahead another week or so. Let's get up to like the 17th. Gets us a week away. We went 7-6 in a shootout. Is Eichel hurt again? All right. So Studnicka 2 goals and an assist. Klefbom a goal. And look at that first period. 4-4 at the end of the first period. So Luukkonen gets pulled, Lankinen comes in, Melnichuk gets pulled, and Aiden Hill comes in. So Lankinen actually ends up stopping 20 out of 22. So we get goals from Olofsson, Klefbom, Shaw, and Asplund in the first. They get Nizev, Kane, LeBlanc, and Peterson. We get 2 goals in the second, Olofsson and Studnicka. In the third, they get Meyer and Chmielewski, and then Studnicka picks up the game winner with 1 minute and 13 seconds left. So Jack Studnicka, 2 goals and an assist. That is a game. That is certainly a game. Kraken coming up in our next one. 21-27-2 Seattle Kraken. So it looks like the Winnipeg Jets, who won the Stanley Cup last year, are going to miss the playoffs this year. Let's get through this. That's right, Eichel's hurt. Day-to-day with a bruised back. Replaced with Gergensen. We're just going to leave Gergensen on that top line. I don't want to shuffle all the lines around. So we'll get through this game in Seattle. We lose 6-5 in a shootout. Again, we get 4 goals in the first period again. So Luukkonen gets pulled in back-to-back games in the first period. That goals against is now up to 2-5-4. Yamamoto, Dunn, McCann, and Yamamoto again. We get 2 from Olofsson. Van Riemsdyk on the power play in the second to get us within a goal. Kubalik would score. Dahlin, they get a goal from Tanev in the final minute. But we win. So Lankinen coming up strong here in the last 2 games. And now Asplund is hurt. How long is he out for? 1 to 2 weeks. All right, we'll get Okposo in. And let's take a look at the trade block. Still no defenseman. But I wouldn't be against bringing in a forward who might be on a 1-year deal, who can play a little bit of offense. I mean, I guess Okposo's fine, but if I have a better option, I'd like to use it. But it's defenseman, and there's still nothing there. So other than Carlson and Shattenkirk, and I'm not interested in. Well, I'm interested in Carlson, but not for what Washington wants in return for him. Calgary and Ottawa. Artem Zub for Shamil Shmakov. Okay, the first deal of the trade deadline. Claude Giroux out for 7 weeks. Broken collarbone. All right, so we got a game against Calgary here. Let's quickly look at the trade block, see if it's changed at all as we get a little closer. Nope. I bet we could get Shattenkirk for almost nothing. I mean, if we have to, we can, but is he really any... I mean, Goligoski's a 13 and then 14, 14, 14. Shattenkirk is better offensively. So it would be an upgrade. I mean, Shattenkirk may be the answer if there are no other options available. And forward-wise, I don't really want to make any changes. I mean, Gergensen... yeah, I mean, our 13th and 14th forwards are Gergensen and Okposo. So that's fine. That's, I think, fine, given the way our roster is set up. So, I mean, we'll look every day here because we got 10 days until the trade block. So we went 5-0, or 10 days till the trade deadline. So we will look every day until that point. So Clefbaum 3 assists, Bryson a goal and assist, Stadnicka a goal and assist, Stadnicka and Sean the first, Okposo, Kubalik, and Bryson in the second, and Luukkonen bounces back with a 19-save shutout. 7 points now behind the Bruins. Again, we'll go back and look at the trade block. I mean, I feel like it wouldn't take much to get Shattenkirk. Like, I don't feel like it would take much at all. Would you take a 2.5-star? Yeah. Like, it would take nothing. It would take almost nothing. In fact, we might be able to get a draft pick in return. Might be a low-round pick. 4th-round pick is not that high a pick. Yeah, see, we could probably get... Yeah. All right, so that's good to know. The only thing that we risk by waiting is that someone else will make the move for him, but that's good to know that we can pick up Shattenkirk for virtually nothing. So let's sim ahead another couple days. 4-2 loss there. Jake Leschyshyn has 3 assists. We were up 2-0. Cousins and Kubalik in the first, and we give up 4 in the third. Stone, Whitecloud, Carlson, and Alex Tuck. So what happened here? So Lankinen got pulled. He got pulled with 26 seconds left? Okay. I guess. All right, so we're now 5 points up on the Panthers, and the games in hand are gone now. But we have 5. We are up on the Panthers by 5 points. We get a deal here. Roland McCown for Nathan Walker. It's kind of a nothing trade. St. Louis. Matthias Laferriere. Wow, to Washington for a 2nd-round pick. So that's a pretty darn good 22-year-old right there. Transactions, trade block, still nothing. Still nothing. All right, let's end the day. Hopefully Shattenkirk doesn't get hurt in this game. So we got a week. We win 3-2. Okposo with a goal and an assist. Goligoski with an assist. So Klingberg and Skinner in the first. Okposo in the third. Good game for Luukkonen. Jesper Boqvist. Oh, he's 4-year contract. What does it look like? I mean, that's a reasonable contract for Boqvist, but meh. That's a reasonable contract, but I don't need him. Jonah Gadjovic. Nope. Once again, back to the trade block. Yeah, I want to check it every day just to be safe. There we go. Now there are some names on here. Now there are definitely some names on here. And again, I'm not going to go after, like, I mean, Colorado wants to trade Justin Barron and Drew Hellison. I mean, I guess. Claude Giroux, he's out for a while. Otherwise, I might make a move. I mean, they're really not that good, given what they are right now. All right, that's fine. So we know we can get Shattenkirk for almost nothing. Is he still here? I'm sure he's here somewhere. I just can't see him. We got a Sean Monahan. Where did all the players go that I was looking at? There were defensemen. So we got Vince Dunn, Travis Sanheim. He wouldn't be bad. We pick up a Travis Sanheim. Again, making a deal with the Flyers here, potentially. And I'm not doing this because Rit Flyers watches my videos. Just, it interested me. Albert Hassan, they won't accept it. Well-balanced offer like Hassan and Barnico for Sanheim, with them eating half the contract. Sabres can't add this much to their payroll. Okay. So I have to give them money back, huh? Who do I have here that is making money? Does that change it? Okay, so we've now got the salaries sorted out. Sanheim, but I have to give them more. So draft picks, we have a first, 2 seconds, a third. Next year we have a first, a second, a fourth. The following year we have a first, a second, and a fourth. So what if we did this? Well-balanced offer. So Casey Fitzgerald, Lycasson, Von Barkano, and a fifth for Travis Sanheim. And it would likely be a rental. But again, we're doing it without giving up any of our main prospects. Interesting offer, but we have to improve it a little. What about the fourth? Okay. So I'm okay with this. Sanheim will likely be a rental. Although with the money that comes off the books at the end of this year, we might be able to re-sign him. So let's finalize the deal, and we bring in Travis Sanheim. So that is going to send Goligoski to the bench. And Sanheim being only 26, he's not necessarily a rental. At only 26, we absolutely could sign him beyond this year. So defensive-minded defenseman, although it has him listed. Let's put him as a two-way. So we have him and Clefbaum now on the second line. Dahlin and Klingberg still on the top line. All right, good. So we pick up our defenseman. We'll sim ahead a day or two and see if maybe there's... Again, I don't think there's another forward I want unless there's a veteran that is, someone like Taves that I know I can get for next to nothing. All right, so we can put... Eichel back out there. Okay, so how is Taves doing? 18 points. Yeah, he's been fine. 18 points in 28 games. Absolutely no complaints there. Van Riemsdyk 15 and 23. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, who do we... It's middle... Who should be out? Oh, Asplund, right. So we get Asplund back in a couple of days. Right now, Okposo's out there. He's got 11 points in 34 games. He's not very good. Have we re-signed Asplund yet? I can't remember. I know he was unsigned. That's not where I wanted to go. Upcoming free agents. Clefbaum, Samheim, Ram Reams. Yeah, we haven't re-signed Asplund yet. Yeah, that's fine. But the rest, Taves is going to be gone. Van Riemsdyk is going to be gone. Goligoski is going to be gone. And we're going to have to figure out what to do here because both of these, we may only be able to bring one of them back. And if that's the case, who is it? I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Let's get through this game with New York, and then I may have put us into some dire financial straits here, but again, we're in a good position in that we have a lot of young talent about ready to come up. So we're up 2-0 after one. Eichel and Studnicka. They then take a 3-2 lead. They score 3 in the second. We get goals from Studnicka and Eichel in the third. Alexis Lafreniere scores in the third as well, and then they win in overtime. The bread man. It's 2 goals for Eichel, 2 goals for Studnicka. Lankinen stops 35 of 40. So a 7-point lead on Florida, 8 points behind the Bruins. We'll get up to the deadline, and we'll call it an episode, and then I'll probably sim, up into March, and then we'll come back and we'll do the rest of the regular season. So, Dzingel on the trade block. Pasternak signs a 5-year, $45 million contract with the Bruins. All right, one more time. Trade block forwards that are on 1-year deals. Anybody? Radulov? He's making $5 million. I would prefer if it was somebody that wasn't making a ton of money that I didn't have to send money the other way. I think we're good. Milano's getting paid for 4 years. What's his contract look like? I mean, that's not a terrible contract, right? For Sonny Milano at 26. Oh, they have him in San Diego, really? Okay. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we made our waiver wire acquisition. It was Travis Sanheim. We picked up Van Riemsdyk and Taves earlier in the season. So let's get up to the trade block or the trade deadline, see what trades were made. We'll look at the stats, and we will call it an episode. The Golden Knights, man, are just steamrolling the rest of the National Hockey League this year. That is crazy good. 47-9-2. We still have Lukin in 5th in goals against, 5th in wins. We still don't have anybody on the top in terms of points, and that's because Eichel keeps getting hurt. All right, so Seattle's offering us a trade. 20-year-old Yegor Chezganov for Kyle Okposo. Yeah, I mean, yes, right? We're not going to re-sign Okposo, and this gives us something. Even if it's somebody who, never really develops into anything, it's a 20-year-old in exchange for Okposo. He's not on, is it the rights? On an entry level. No, I'm not going to do it because even he's on an entry level deal, but he's still there's still a cap hit. So, no, we're not going to do that. The Brinkett signs with Chicago, 2 years, almost $10 million a year. Jets and the Islanders, Colin Adams for Johnny Kovacevic. Bruins are trying to shop Troy Grosnick. I'm sure they are. Charlie Lindgren is being offered by the Blues. All right, let's get through this game against Minnesota. Oh, I saw Connor Mack, and I was like, oh no, Connor McDavid. All right, so it is the trade deadline. All right, let's reject. I guess we never really did this. Oh, I guess I can't. Okay. Yeah, there's nobody here that I wouldn't be averse to trading Asplund. Avalanche will give us a 30-year-old Robbie Russo. No, I'm good. All right, so we won 2-1, so that's good. Shaw with a goal and an assist. Balik scored the other goal, and Lankinen with another good start. All right, let's sim the day. Look at the trades, and that'll be that. 33-19-5, so it was a pretty good month, I think. That was a pretty good month. Peter Solaric put on waivers. All right, so Washington and Ottawa. So John Carlson and a fourth traded to the Ottawa Senators for a 6th-round pick and Simon Nemec. And I believe Nemec was a top pick in last year's draft, right? Picked 8th overall in the 2022 draft. Traded to the Capitals along with a 6th-round draft pick in exchange for John Carlson. So there you go. Was that the only deal made? The only trade deadline deal made was John Carlson for Simon Nemec. So, all right. Stats. So, Olofsson, 51 points in 57 games. He and Cousins and Eichel are top line, doing really well again. It looks like Olofsson's going to end up around a point a game. Cousins a little bit under that, and Eichel looks like he's going to be a point over, a little bit over. Kubalik, Studnicka, and Shaw as our second line has been our best defensive line, just based on plus minus. They've done a nice job. Studnicka's a team leading plus 18. And if you could do that in real life, that'd be wonderful. Jonathan Taves is at 20 points in 31 games. He's been fine. Van Riemsdyk at 17 in 26. Sanheim has played 3 games for us so far and is a -6. Is that what that says? It sure does. That's not good. All right. Skinner, we got, how many got? 5 years left after this one? 4 years left after this one. But only 2 more that are bad. So he's got 2 more years at $10 million. Well, I mean, I guess by the time he gets down here, he won't be worth it. But I don't know that we're going to be able to. We may just have to swallow it. Bryson's having a nice year. Again, the game scores, like Dahlin at a 61 game score is really, really concerning. That's really concerning. Clefbaum doing okay. Is that Clefbaum's having a nice year for us? Same number of points as Dahlin, higher game rating. Rutsalainen, Fisher. How's Fisher doing? He was a waiver wire pickup. I like him. I like the defense. Yoki Haru having a nice year at age 23. And then our goaltending. Luukkonen again, 26-12-1 with a 2.48. Lankinen's gotten better, 7-7-4 with a 3.01. That goals against has dropped almost a quarter of a goal since we started this episode. Save percentage is up to almost 900. If we go to Rochester, neither of these guys are prospects, so I'm not really concerned about either of them. But if we look at the forward lines, Peterka is averaging almost a point a game. Laxinen, 37 points in 57 games as a defenseman. Kozak is at 28-43. Samuelson's got a 67 game rating. He's chipped in 3 goals, which is a bit of a surprise. And Power, 70 game rating, 14 points in 43 games, or 16 points in 43 games. And he'll be up next year, for better or for worse. He'll be up next season. As well will be, if we look at our unsigned players. That's not what I wanted to look at. This is what I wanted to look at. That's not what I wanted to look at either. This is what I wanted to look at. Poltipov, how long is his contract? His contract is up after this year. We may have to sign him just to keep him from re-signing in the K. We'll sign Ryan Johnson. We don't have to worry about signing Portillo yet. He's still under contract for another few years. Nemestikov, we might. I mean, he's 1.5 stars already. We'll see what happens when the season ends, but we may sign Nemestikov. And nobody else we have to sign. Kisakov, he's in the K as well. And his contract is through next year, so we can't even sign Kisakov. But Poltipov, Johnson, Nemestikov are all possibilities, along with Owen Power. And where is he hurt? No, he's not hurt. He just hasn't played much. 10 points in 24 games. Jack Quinn as well will likely be up next year too. So we've got some young players who are coming along. When we come back, it'll be, I don't know, I'll probably sim up to the beginning of April or something. And then we will play through April, and we will do... Next episode's going to be a little bit shorter because I also want next episode to do the... Well, no, I think... Yeah, next episode we're just gonna go to maybe to the end of the regular season. If we make the playoffs, maybe we'll do the first round of the playoffs, and if we lose, that'll be the end of the season, and then I can do the season recap video. If we win in the first round, then the following episode will be the rest of the postseason / off season. So that's pretty much the plan here. So let me know what you like, what you think of the deal I made for Travis Sanheim. We got a lot of money locked up here, so let me know where you think my priorities should be. Because we're going to have to re-sign Dahlin next year. We got Klingberg for another 4 years. We got a lot of money tied up here in some players. So if there's anybody you think I should look to move in the offseason, drop it in the comments below. As always, guys, leave the video a like if you would, please. If you're enjoying the content, you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. If you don't want to do either of those things, that's fine. Either way, I appreciate your support. I'll talk to everybody soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.